walking in, and as you can see, we have plants growing everywhere. But reason being is, you know, these are the ones that were locked out so bad with the pH 4.5. You know that whole problem that I had. Well, I want to say one thing you got to do is not sleep in, because as you can see, these plants are wilting right now because they were a little bit needing water. We got them in the 2-gallon pots. They're definitely filling out quite amazingly in here. And our humidity is really low, 38%, as you can see. So 88 degrees at 38% is not good for these plants. They dried out pretty good, but as you can see, this is what plants look like when they get dried out. Now we're going to get some yellowing from this now. So you're going to pay attention. This one's probably going to get hit the worst. So these leaves are going to start turning yellow. And that's what happens. Same with this one here. That was my healthiest Medi Kush, and I wound up drying her out. Not happy about that at all either. But as you can see, we've got the different grow mediums in here and what's been doing the most. And the ones that have dried out the quickest, of course, were the 2 cocos, right? They were the healthiest looking, and now they're the worst looking. These are the ones in the back that are picking up. But as you can see, guys, I mean, the Matrix 420s, they're doing great in veg. These plants are ready to go into flower. They're actually almost as tall as me. So you can imagine what's going to happen with these now, right? I got to transplant them and put them into flower like right away. So it's going to be a big week this week of getting these new plants in here, taking clones from these. And time to get back into growing big trees. I had to do that just because of Ramo. And I love how he's been doing his new video cuts and stuff like that. But you know what? We're going to grow some pretty amazing dank buds from this strains right here. So this is the Black Colombian cookies. And, oh wow. And when they dry out, the flavors and the smell, it's just like, you know, that's the dank that I'm looking for right there, guys. But you know what? Let's get back. Let's get back to doing what we love to do, which is transplanting, growing, getting these ladies into bigger pots, and getting them into the flower room. So let's get doing that, but this is what you don't do when you're watering twice a day. Don't let them dry out. Oh yeah. So we're checking out the veg room here, and 86 degrees. We're gonna fog up in here, and the humidity is at, you guessed it, 73%, guys. And we're gonna let the camera warm up here. Okay, so this is the deal. We're doing a whole new room makeover. So this is gonna be the Johnny B room makeover, and we already have the AELIUS LED lights in here, but we're gonna do a couple of different things this time. So these are the Matrix Reds, so the far reds, the Matrix Reds, and this is the AELIUS Red. So this is going to be for your 15-foot ceilings. This is going to be for your 7-8-foot ceilings, a little bit lower ceiling height, right? Like my room. So this one's definitely coming out. It's a little too intense, but I will dim it down, so we're still going to work with the light, right? So what we're doing in here now, guys, if we remove the fans from the walls because of the way the plants were, and we have these new fans here. So actually, we're going to be mounting these, one up there. We have our AC here. We're going to mount one up there, but this is going to come out here sooner or later because we're going to actually be changing this over, and this might happen during this grow. We'll see what happens, but we're going to be putting in a split unit, one head there, one head here, 2 buckets, and try and control the VPD a little bit better, because with the big unit here, it's dumping too much. And what we get into that is the room is high humidity, then it's dumping because the cold air is coming in, and how these big split units work. So overall, for such a small room, and now I don't have the heat that I was actually getting before from the HPS and the 315s, the metal highlights I was running. So this room is actually, we're going to add new heater, we're going to add fans on the top to actually, because there is a little bit of heat on the top now, as before, if you want to put fans above 1000 watt HPS bulbs, you're going to too much heat. But with this, we're now actually trying to get more heat. So I'm actually going to mount these fans up here, one over there in the corner up there. We're going to clean this room out. We're going to probably maybe redo this because it hasn't been redone. Well, it looks pretty good actually. I think the stuff's still working, thanks to the guys from Easy Grow. So I've been using that for years and years. But what we're doing is going to mount the fans. We're going to get the new lights in here. We're going to mount these right to the roof. We're going to get the meter in here. We're going to do a little bit of testing on both sides of the room. We're going to do some playing. We'll talk more about the plants we'll have on this side and the ones we'll have on the far right on this side, that hopefully will get more bigger buds with the Medi Kush. There you go. So we're going to mount some fans. We're going to get this growing again. We're going to up our ppm. We're going to up our leaf temperature. We're going to up our nutrients. we're gonna up our CO2. We're gonna give these plants rocket fuel. So let's get in there and start growing, guys, and let's start working on this room. Hey, Mike.
Hey, John, how's it going?
What's going on?
We're hanging fans today.
Hanging fans?
Oh, yeah.
So here we are, because remember I told you guys that I was redoing the room, and I was going to have to get Mike or someone to help me get the fan in. So the first fan, okay, this is funny. How many times we dropped the screws?
Half a dozen.
Half a dozen?
Next.
Okay, so I figure, you know, like actually you need two people to do this, so it's kind of funny. So we got Hetty's in the house. She's the camera girl. Check this out. Boom! Hetty is now filming. So here we go.
Get to work.
She's like, oh, wait a second.
Get it in there.
Can you screw it?
I got screws in my hand.
Yeah. Well, I'll have them. I do them.
There's one in the thing.
Where? I dropped it.
You dropped it. Well, you take another screw.
You dropping these suckers.
Damn it.
Oh, no. That was a screw.
Really? Here's a little. We're going to have to edit this shit.
That's not anything.
Okay.
We're all in here right now. Okay, on it, right here.
That's what? Yeah.
I'm going to dismount this one here for a second.
Please do. Good. Here.
Okay, screw. So we're doing screws here. We're mounting. And what we're using is, what is this line called? This is,
Cable, I don't know.
it's not cable, but what we're using here, guys, we're using strapping. So this is the type of strapping that we're using, and this works really well for hanging lights, which you've seen over here, and what I do. So, you know what? This stuff comes in handy a lot, and we're gonna take the camera away from Hetty because we're just kind of like, boom, Mike and John, and Hetty. But you know what? Strapping works really well, guys. So Mike cut the lengths, and as you can see, it works really well to get one in there and how we're cutting it. So actually, it's a little too long. We can cut them a little bit shorter, but not a big deal. But what we're creating here is a cyclone. So the wind's going to blow across here. It'll hit this fan that will blow across the plants here, and we'll put another one in that corner that will all go towards the AC unit and the dehumidifier. Why? Because we're trying to control our VPD. So we're really trying to dial that in. And if that doesn't work, we have our AC units that we're going to hook up at. Yeah. So we're going to continue working here together with Mike and Hetty. She's on the phone. She's posting, so check out Mike's Instagram. What's your Instagram?
Satar2323.
There you go, because she's just posting on hers too.
And why not?
That's what we do. Anyways, guys, just keep building that dream grow room that you want, and we're going to build it together with you. Because I know Mike's going to build his dream grow room. Together. Okay, we're mounting fans.
So we got the reach.
Got the last fan. Oh, no, it's on this side here.
Huh?
On that gasket.
Gasket goes on top?
No, it was on the inside.
That's what I did. I mean,
There you go.
that's what I did. Alright.
It takes two to make the fans go right. There we go. Whoa, that one's in. That one's in. We're all fanned up. Give her a plug in, and we're set. Yep. Not into that, no. Underneath of it. There we go. Turn it on from the back. And we have lots of fans now, so it's good. And there we go. Split the wood. That's pretty awesome. So we're getting ready to hang the HLG Diablo light. It's sitting right here, and who better to help me but Mike? So we did an awesome video on making Mike's medicine. We had to delete it. We couldn't even put it on YouTube because apparently I'm not allowed to talk about how Mike cures his cancer. Right?
Yeah.
Apparently. Anyways, you should look up. We're going to say it. We're figuring out. So what's happening here right now, guys, is we're pretty excited. Why? Da-da-da. We're about ready to hang this big, huge light here. So now that we got this hanging here, we're thinking we're going to use these, right?
Just cut them here and there.
And we're going to do what in there?
One here, and then...
One here, because it's got double straps in the middle here. So I'll show you what's going on here, guys. So, you know what's happening here? Ta-da. Boom. But we weren't going to hang it from the middle. We want to hang it from all four corners. I didn't like that strap because it hangs way too high. It's going to be too low because we're trying to get this thing up to the tight as the ceiling as possible. So we're going to actually use these straps right here. And we're going to ratchet it up so this will get this going here. So we're going to kind of change this little system here. Now this light isn't just any light. You're going to see the spectrum on it, but it's pretty heavy too, right? So it's not like these AELIUSes weigh like 15 pounds. They're pretty light. We mount the ballasts separate. With this here, the ballast is mounted to the top, and so is the dimmer switch. So my question is here is, can I hook this up? I won't be able to hook this up to the Trollmaster. So that kind of is one thing that I'm not happy about. We'll see if it has a connection there. But it does have the dimmer on there. And where it is on the top, damn, I just realized that, Mike. I won't be able to hook this up to the Trollmaster because it's got no connections for it, so we won't be able to hook it up to a system. So we'll see what we can do with that. Maybe we'll be able to take that box apart and hook up one of these adapters. So we're in the midst of hooking up the adapters that go onto the end right here, which is basically a little plug-in over here, guys. You've seen these things right here. Boom, boom. So we got to get this, plug it into that machine over there. And Mike's already like working away here. Look at him. He's just like da-da-da. So you got it the other way around, Mike. Yeah, other way around, other way around, other way around. There you go. And I want it not to be on there. It can't be two hooks. We're trying to get as much, so we got to put that hook through there. No, I want this attached to here.
Oh, this attached. Oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll figure this out, guys. We'll back this up. So now we can actually pretty much just kind of, we could just start from each end here. You kind of start pulling up on this. Now we know this is a pretty heavy light, so we're gonna get it up to here and set it down. I don't want these to break. See how this is here? We gotta make sure this is all done properly. We're gonna hook up the next ones on the other side here. Because this light is pretty heavy, guys, so we're trying to get this hung. And of course, it's November, so I did the shave. Mike will never shave it off.
Never.
I was like, it's November, Mike, are you gonna shave? He's like,
It's winter.
it's winter. He's like, it's winter, what do you mean? Go on.
This is awesome.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is awesome, guys.
Yeah.
So you gotta put this one up here, Mike.
And this one right here, if I can just reach. All right.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay, and then we're gonna go on this side here.
Wait a second.
And there we go. Now we get one of these. Da-da-da. This is how you guys do the light. See this? That's why you need a neighbor. This is why you need a good neighbor. Okay? So I like to put mine through the hole there like that.
All right.
You know what I mean? I put this through the hole.
That's
here.
why you put it on the bottom.
That's why I put them on the bottom.
Yeah.
And I didn't like all the weight on that one side, so I thought this here. Now we can do this. Ready?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Come on, keep going. All the way up. That's as tight as we go.
Yeah. Now we'll just go like this.
Now the test. Now, ready for it?
Yeah, that's not blind yourself. So
Okay, watch yourself. Boom!
Nice. Nice.
Now, we're gonna start testing lights in here pretty soon, guys. So there's the new light there, and what we're gonna do is I'll unplug this one here and show you how much it's covering in this whole room. So now we got an idea, because we saw those other lights, just one going here. So, there's the one HLG. Now we're gonna do this. Mike, can you hold the camera here?
Yeah.
And you just pay attention right like that. Put the finger on it right there. And now I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be like the test, guys. Okay, and then I go to the corner and I do this one. Oh. So I mean, just from your, which one looks brighter?
Oh, the one on the left is way brighter.
The AELIUS?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're definitely gonna take a look at the coverage on this, but we got the two lights set up now. It maybe can go up a tiny bit higher because it does have
On
that
this
extra
side.
height.
It's a bit creamier this side and this side. That's more white, and that's more cream white in real life.
Well, we're gonna definitely take a look at the light spectrum because you know what? We're gonna have that spectrometer.
Nice.
And right now it's being calibrated.
Ooh.
Hey, when you're using a machine like I was and doing it like every day and testing all these different lights, I want to ensure I get the proper with the new spectrum coming out of these new, like the HLG Diablo. Then we have the Spider Farm one. I have another one coming. We have the Mars Hydro light. These are all these lights that I've been testing that all are doing very, very well. I mean, but I went with the AELIUS. Because you can see the spectrum from here, but we're going to plug in these AELIUS Reds now. We're going to get this all hooked up. Mike's helping me to finish off this awesome room, guys. And yeah, let's keep growing. But there's this one setting up, and we're going to get these all hooked up now. Now we have 6 lights in here. Let's get some plants in here. What do you think?
I think we could.
I think we get some plants in here. Let's go take a look at the plants we got growing on over here. They're kind of all over the place, and we'll get right into it.
Here somewhere, right?
Yeah, they're just sitting right there.
One pair sitting right on the counter here.
Mike's looking for glasses. Here, Mike.
Hold on.
I found some.
Oh, good.
They don't really work over your glasses, though.
No, they don't.
He's trying over there. So we're just talking about now. So we just plugged in the AELIUS 630 and look at the HLG. Now we're playing in the AELIUS MATRX Red, and that's the MATRX Red, and that's the HLG. I should actually close that door because the music playing means that I won't be able to have this video online. Damn, monetization. So that's what we're looking at here, guys. So we have the HLG. And then we have the AELIUS MATRX Red. And, what? Mike, what do you think?
Well, they look bright. I think this one looks brighter overall.
Okay.
This one looks a bit more, I don't know if you can call it dim, but creamy, not quite white as white. You know how you got pearl, then you got white, and you got snow white. Right?
Well, this is the spectrum of the AELIUS Red right here. So you can see there's not a little white in here, a lot of blue and a lot of red and some far red. So you can definitely see that spectrum with the AELIUS Red there. So we actually should take a look at the spectrum of the HLG, so we should be able to flash that up here. So I'm curious, but we're actually going to grow. We're gonna go head to head. We're gonna go HLG Diablo 650, Matrix 630, Matrix Red. I think that's a pretty good test. What do you think?
Yeah, smorgasbord light.
Give it a shot. We're gonna see what happens. Now we're gonna clean up this room. We got the fans going, and we're gonna put plants in here. So it's kind of like I wanted Mike to actually kind of. Here, I'm gonna give you the camera.
Yep.
Here you go.
Cute.
AC. Oh, okay. And I'm gonna plug this one in now.
There we go.
Now plug in this one.
Now that one looks blue to me, and it's like, oh, okay, that's extra bright. These ones actually look blue now to me in real
Well,
life.
it's because of your glasses are blue.
But even with the lights, these ones look white,
Yeah.
with a touch of blue in it. Those ones over there look cream, but these ones definitely look blue, even with the filter.
Nice.
So I don't know what they're seeing with the camera.
Well, that would be the Matrix 600. So that would be this one right here. This is the full spectrum grow light, as you can see. So this is the Matrix 600. So that's what we're running right now. So this is the full spectrum grow light. I think these two lights here are going to be very comparable. I think maybe that Diablo came with a little bit more of the red, but we'll take a look at that. But it'll be really interesting to take a look. Now, we couldn't get this directly to the ceiling like the AELIUS Reds. Now, the AELIUS will all be running on the Trollmaster. This I'm going to have to hand dim. So that will be kind of judging it. We'll be able to do the spectrometer, and we'll keep that DLI. We'll talk more about what DLI is going to be good for what strains. We'll probably run this DLI between 35 to 45 and flower. We'll test what the DLI is right now, and then we're going to kind of keep that very similar to kind of get that. We'll put a Medi-Kush here, Medi-Kush here, and a Medi-Kush there. I think that's the best way of doing it. 3 strains that I know. Everybody knows I grow Medi-Kush and been growing it for 15 years, so I'll be able to really see the difference with the same plant under 3 different lights. So we'll get in here, we'll get that rolling, and it's kind of like the next grow. And Mike's going to be my camera guy for this one, maybe. We'll see what happens. So definitely kind of keep growing. Now we have the old the first red sitting here, but this is definitely for a higher ceiling. So we saw that in the very beginning and how I had that light going. So we'll definitely see what's going to happen here next. And I'm pretty excited to see what this HLG is going to be doing here. Great for the guy that has one light. I like how it has the handheld dimmer, but once again, I don't know if we can hook it up to the TrollMaster without cutting and adding more wires to that, but we'll figure that one out. So let's head into the room. We got plants growing everywhere. And this is what we mean. We're transplanting and we're getting things ready. And actually, I was just going over on watering with Mike. And Mike, you know, like, how did that work out? Did you, like, you really saw how I was watering?
Yeah.
And what was your thoughts? Like, I'm watering like 2 ounces at a time, 3 ounces. You were like surprised.
Quite surprised, because I'm usually watering about, you know, a liter.
And I kept always telling you, not you over watering. So you just saw, like today, you really were like, wow, I actually.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the times when I've been feeding, I've always been feeding with Mike with a watering wand. So he's always been in my room and I'm using a watering wand and stuff like that. And so it really sucks about certain things. For one, might not be able to have this in, but this is the end room here that's just rocking out. So this is going to be the Medi-Cushions that we're going to be running in this room. We'll take the 3 healthiest ones in here, 1, 2, 3, and design them under 3 different lights. You can see how some of these, this one's really purpled out. So we got different grow mediums in here. So I'm using cocoa, I'm using a 2-part mix, and then an all pro mix. And I can tell you right now that the ones that are the healthiest and the best growth, I'm seeing is an all cocoa grow. So not the 3-part mix. And I talked about that, and they were saying when you do the mixing, it creates little pockets for the fungus nests to actually get in there. So maybe just using all cocoa is the way to go. And I'm seeing that right now for the first time. It's because I've never gone all cocoa in a long time. All the new cocoa has amendments. They all have them all cocoa. It's got all the additives in there, so it's not completely neutral. Whereas before I was using a neutral cocoa base and I had to recharge it in a sense. So I was probably having, we're going back 10 years ago now. Some of those first soil videos I was doing back in 2014, still 6 years ago, but you know what? Once again, you know, we got these just doing beautifully. You can see how this is just great. That's in a 2-gallon pot, and this is how I'm feeding about
a couple ounces.
I'm feeding these plants about a half a cup, about a half a cup to a cup for each of these ones in here. These are in 2-gallon pots, but let's get these plants into that grow room and let's just keep going. Let's get out of here. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. What were you thinking? I don't know. We were just laughing about everything and what we're doing. So I was like, you know what? We're just like the Mike and John's showing, and we're like, you know, the strangest things happen in your grow room while you're growing, and we figured, you know what? Why not just kind of bring that to you guys, what's growing on and what we're doing. So we're just kind of laughing here, and we spent a lot of time of hooking up all of these sensors and getting everything going on the roof. So those are the last 2. We started smoking hash. How was that?
It was good.
Was it good?
Very good.
Very good. So there's some full milk goodness going on there and stuff like that. We're going to start moving plants in here. We saw what was going on over there. We talked about moving plants in here. Mike came over to start help moving plants, but we're like, really? See the floor? I'm not putting plants in here right now, right? And then me, of course, I'm an idiot. I fall. So, you know, it's like stay. Is it Thursday?
It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. Now we're going to throw back to some of our older videos. Got to go back to some of the old Mike and John videos we've been growing in this room for how long, Mike?
A long time. 8 years. 8
years?
9.
I've been here 10 years.
Okay, well, I guess 9 years then.
So I think he came in. Do you think it was 9 years? Maybe?
I had to get your house 3 weeks after
I think I had to get you to water my plants. You didn't even know what the hell was going on.
3 weeks after you moved in.
3 weeks after I moved in. So we got all the lights hung up really nicely. Everything's actually on the dimmers. We've actually connected all of the TrollMasters together. I've actually taped all the ends to secure once we put them together. So last little thing, I know Mike says we got to clean it up and put a little thing up there and make it look a little bit more nicer. Put all the stuff at the top here to get everything right out of the way, finish things off. But now we can actually come over here and take a look what's happening with the room. We can actually hit enter. We can hit our light sensors. We hit our line 1. And you can see how we've got everything set up in here right now. We got it dimmed at 25%. So if I hit this button here, I can start bringing up these lights. Oh, that's LED. Boom. Power on. See that? So that's some serious power happening right now. I think we got everything lit up. You see the difference between the red and the AELIUS MATRX 630s. So we're definitely going to see a difference with that. Then we're going to plug in the HLG. We're going to get that one going. And you know what? We're going to run 2. Whoa, can't see me. What I'm going to do is what I've decided. I'm going to put a couple Medi-Cush right here in this corner. I'm going to put a couple Medicush in this corner, and I'm going to put a couple Medicush coming in the door on that side and that corner, so it's not really affected by the other two lights. And that's going to be kind of this light test, actually, and testing all three different spectrums. And they all going to have a different spectrum. We'll go over that once, of course, I get my spectrometer back, so that should be here pretty soon. But in the meantime, we got to make sure this room's clean. So we're going to clean it up. I'm going to bring this room up to like 106 degrees, get it really nice and hot. There's like an oven in here, so I got the lights on so I can kind of relax in my sauna right now. Let's get this room nice and hot. Doesn't get humid. We'll keep the little bit humid down. And I'm going to get this all vacuumed out, cleaned up really nicely. And we're getting ready to get the next run going here. And we're going to go right into flower this time. There's going to be no veg. We're going right into flower. So these plants are going to move in here, slowly go into flower, keeping them in the same pots. And it's going to be like a daily feed. So that's why we got Mike on board this time. Because Mike's really learning about watering and feeding. And for the last little week or so, he's really been kind of getting a hand of it. And I really want him to learn. And I think him coming in here and working with me and helping me, actually, that's really what I really need. Is I need the help. And who's not the help is a good neighbor.
You gotta like that.
What do you think?
You gotta like that.
You gotta like that?
Yeah.
Are you pretty excited about this next one?
Very much so. This is gonna be my best yet, because each crop gets better, doesn't it?
Every crop gets better, and we always learn from our mistakes, guys. Yeah. And Mike is going to be growing with the auto pots, but I think that this time around he's going to see something a little different growing on in here, so we might get him happening. So let's get some plants coming in this door. Boy, do these need a little bit of a haircut. So these have been vegging now for a couple months, and as you can see, we're going to have to clean these up and get these into the new room. But we're going to get in here deep, clean them up, but they're looking really nice and healthy. They've been vegging under the Matrix 420s, AELIUS, of course, what we're running right now. We do have the HLG Diablo under here. We'll be testing that, plus with Matrix Reds and the Matrix 630s. But right now, we're bringing them some Medicush, and we got to start working on these suckers. So just slowly moving some plants in. Get things rocking in here. We're gonna have to get Mike now. Okay, well, Mike got busy, and I thought, well, hey, why not just fill up the room? So how are we coming in? We're testing the HLG under. You guessed it, 16 Medicushes under a 4x4 table. So that's a fair kind of test right there. Coming in the door, it's first what you get. Off to the left, we got a bunch more Medicushes, some PAWs, some Medilights. See how they go under these AELIUS Reds. So we're doing the far red on this side. Then we walk into this side here, and these are going to be the Matrix 600. So this is your regular full spectrum, which we have right here. So that's your spectrograph right there. And we'll give a zoom in on that so you get an idea exactly which ones are what. So that's the one we have right there. So that's for the AELIUS. And then the red, actually, if I just pan over here a little bit, kind of back up and see how the room's got new fans up in the corner. And we're definitely gonna have to do some kind of topping with these plants. We know that, so we're gonna figure this out right from the start. But here's the AELIUS Red. This is the full spectrum grow light looking red. So we're gonna kind of just show you what's happening with that. So now, of course, our CO2 in here right now is 1,221 parts per million. The room is setting at, our rough humidity is at, well, we can kind of walk right in here. It's at 65, 66. And the temperature is at 88. So this room will probably just start to dim, actually. Get right in there, there you guys go. So we're actually going to get a humidifier. We got the pulse meter on the side here, kind of backing up the room, seeing which ones are working with the Troll Master. We're running all the lights. I should be wearing glasses, so don't look at the lights. We're running Green Planet nutrients right now. I'm using Medi 1, so that's normally be my staple. I'm also using the Pure Blend Bro T. See how these plants right now. I've just been hitting them heavy with Medi 1. I brought my parts per million up to like 1,400, 1,350, and as you can see, these plants are loving that heavy feed that I've never done before. So they're quite healthy. We got no bugs. We got nothing going on in here right now. We did see a little infestation outside, but you know what? We don't know what's going to happen with this garden, but we do know one thing, is we got healthy plants going in. Now we have 2-gallon pots, and we thought about transplanting, but I will definitely transplant these into 2-gallon pots quite quickly, and we'll monitor that. We're gonna get Mike in here to give us a hand, and here's our next grow, guys. Here's our next little run, and I'm looking forward to seeing what this room's gonna bring. All of our meters are hooked up, everything's nice and clean across the ceiling, so we can get a really good look and get in here and grow. We'll get the humidifier probably hanging right coming in the door here. We got humidity. Weird, eh? We talk more about temperatures in the room, daytime, nighttime, leaf temperature, and more information we'll be talking about how the leaf temperature should stay the same. Like, you should be wearing a warm blanket at night. You know, during the day it's nice and warm out. Treat your plant like it's you, like you're a human. Like the plant wants to be warm at night too. So I'm going to change this room a little bit. I'm not going to lower our temperatures. I got a heat pump here, so I'm going to keep this thing running exactly at about 86 degrees. We'll keep the humidity the same. We'll have some fun with this room. We'll get our research down. We'll do this together like always, and we'll continue growing our own at home. So let's just kind of take a really good look around. We'll take a look, and you know what? Of course, we're an official Kuss lover.